Play fast guitar solos with less effort, I've got 3 things I'm going to help you with, and this is specific to alternate picking, or what some people call speed picking. This is going to help you, again, play tighter, cleaner, and with less effort. Now, real quick, if you don't have my free Metal Riffs and Licks practice guide, grab a copy of that. I give this away to all of my YouTube subscribers. There's a link in the description, so grab that after the video. When we talk about fast guitar solos, again, this is specific to alternate picking. We're talking about little runs like this. So there are 2 things you'll notice. The first thing you may notice is I'm thinking in 3s when I play fast, and it's just kind of helps me simplify things in my own mind. Instead of thinking, well, I've got all these notes we've got to play and we've got to play them fast, I'm kind of thinking like 3 notes at a time. So we'll break down this little lick here. This. That first part, okay, on the A string, the frets are 12, 14, 15. That's 3. I play 3 more, then 3 more. So you can see the pattern here, right? 12, 14, 15. Then I go 14, 15, 17. And then I do that again. Next string over, same thing, and then we land on. The next thing you might notice is I will duplicate some of those notes. Sometimes I might play the series of 3 notes twice. So when we got down to this part here, I actually played that twice before going. And even going between these 3 on 12, 14, 15 to 14, 15, 17. I started that next series of 3 notes with a prior note I just played. So you can see the pattern again that I'm duplicating some of those notes. Sometimes I'll duplicate all 3. And if you ever want to extend that and just make the passage a little bit longer, you could just duplicate more of those notes if you want. And what this does for you is just takes a little less effort away when you're just wanting to do a fast passage. I like to think of it more than showing off speed as playing something that fits that part of the solo that you want to bring out, that you want the listener to feel and to hear, and of course that you want to feel as well when you're playing that. So it's not really so much about speed or about trying to play fast, it's more about fitting the mood of that moment in the song, or in the solo in this case. So these are just some the ways to do that with a little less effort. Now, the third tip I want to give you for playing, alternate picking fast for guitar solos, another thing you might have noticed is I'm using my neck pickup for these. You don't have to do this. I do speed pick or alternate pick fast solos on the bridge pickup as well, but a lot of times I use the neck pickup just because it sounds a little bit smoother and there's a little bit more clarity. So if I switch down to my bridge pickup here, let's play something here. That didn't sound quite as smooth, or maybe smooth, but not quite as much clarity as this. You can hear a slight difference in clarity, so that's one tip. I will oftentimes, when I'm doing a lot of those types of runs and licks, I'll use my neck pickup here. The other thing is the angle of your pick, and this is going to flop back and forth in between notes, but it needs to be in a natural sense. So you might notice that when you alternate pick, and I talk about this when I've talked about rhythms, down picking versus fast alternate picking or tremolo picking, same with lead guitar, playing guitar solos, your pick has a natural tendency to angle in this direction towards your bridge here when you're alternate picking, whereas when you're down picking, it might angle a little bit more towards the neck. Not in an extreme sense, but in that vicinity, if that makes sense. So don't fight that when it comes to alternate picking and you're doing a fast little run there. Don't fight that if that urge comes like, well, I've got to make sure my pick is angled this way. No, don't fight that at all. Just let it naturally flow in that direction as you're alternate picking. That will make things so much easier for you. Now, again, with leads, there's a lot of back and forth, right? Okay, so that was just kind of a combination of me doing some alternate picking, but of course playing some downstrokes and a little legato picking as well, just no picking at all. But I say that to say this, just allow yourself to be flexible to make that quick little switch in between picking techniques. That will help you tremendously. Now, one more thing you'll notice, let's go back to the neck pickup here, and let's just go back to the original run. Another thing you probably heard there was just a slight bit of palm muting, and this is something I'll kind of go off and on the palm mute there as I'm playing, and this just helps tighten the notes up a little bit. It keeps the prior note from ringing over and kind of keeps it from sounding muddy. Now, again, these aren't things you have to do. These are just things that I've incorporated in my own playing, so of course I want to share those with you. You can alternate pick without any palm muting. Okay, and that's perfectly fine, but I sort of keep the palm muting there, kind of keep it on deck at all times. And again, that just kind of helps me keep things tight, and I actually like the way that sounds too, adding that slight little palm mute. It just gives it that little edge. And again, these are just some tactics you can throw in when you see fit. You don't have to do all of these all the time. You don't have to do any of these if it doesn't fit your style, but I want to share these with you because I do think it will help you play faster and play a little bit cleaner. And when you get that part of it down, when you add some of these things, it just takes the effort away and just helps everything come together. That alone just expands your creativity because now you have the freedom to go outside of that because you're not overthinking all this other stuff. We've simplified it, you got the technique, you practice it, and now you can expand outside of that. Now, as far as the actual guitar pick, because I know this question will come up and it has many times, rightfully so, but I can't really recommend a specific pick because I know a lot of shredders that play with those really small jazz guitar picks. I've tried those, they do not work for me, but if that works for you, by all means stick with that. So I'll just share what I use. I use the Dunlop Max grips, and I tend to alternate back and forth between 1.14 and 1.5. 1.14 is my go-to. I play a lot of live shows, and it's thick enough so I can keep control and keep accuracy, but my hands don't get tired. Sometimes with a 1.5, my wrist gets a little tired with that, but I like the thickness, the extra thickness here, especially for playing leads. So if I'm tracking solos in the studio, then I might use the 1.15, but most the other times I'm using the 1.14. If my style of teaching helps you, if this resonates with you, then I encourage you to check out my Guitar Academy. It's called the Jason Stallworth Guitar Academy. Check that out if you're ready for that next level, and also to help with developing your own style of playing because you have that within you. It's my job to help you bring that out. Now in the comments, I'd like to know which of these tips helps you the most. Was it the first where we talked about just like narrowing things down, thinking about everything in like just 3 notes at a time instead of this world of notes? Or was it the duplication of some of those notes and the patterns? Does that help you more? Or was it the bundle of tips for number 3 where we talked about the picking angle, a little bit of palm muting here and there, and the picks and that sort of thing? Let me know which helps you the most in the comments. As always, keep it metal and keep playing music.